The Knox County detective under fire for preaching about executing gay people at a local church could have more trouble ahead.
We told you the Knox County Attorney General's office looking at pending cases involving Grayson Fritz, checking for any potential bias, also looking at closed cases. Their office also taking complaints about those cases involving that officer.
Now, WATE 6 on Your Side reporter Blake Stevens talking to a legal expert. He joins us now live here in the studio. So Blake, what exactly did you find out today?
Yeah, guys, those comments he made about LGBT people could call into question every case he's ever been a part of, especially those where there was a gay defendant. Lincoln Memorial University law professor Stuart Harris explaining if this kind of talk was available to a defense attorney representing a gay client, it would have been used in court. Now, Fritz telling reporter Madison Keevy last night he would not welcome a gay person to his church. He said he isn't surprised people hate him for, quote, preaching the Bible. And he isn't walking back any of his comments. He did say his church is different from work. Law professor Stuart Harris says that argument isn't likely to hold up.
It's easy to argue, isn't it, that if there were a gay defendant, that maybe somebody who thought that defendant should be put to death, he could have told a lie. He could have shaded his testimony. And a good defense lawyer will recognize that and may move to reopen a case or to throw out an existing conviction.
Harris also believes the First Amendment will not protect Detective Fritz. He explains Fritz can say or preach what he wants to, but the state can also discipline people who undermine the mission of the institution, and Harris believes those anti-LGBT comments definitely do that, guys.
All right, Blake, thank you. And we want to let you know any complaints about closed criminal cases can be made by emailing dag@knoxcounty.org, or you can call 865-215-2515.
Meanwhile, Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs speaking out about the hateful remarks made by Fritz, saying, quote, Mr. Fritz is not my employee, so I can, excuse me, only give my personal thoughts on this issue. I find his comments to be extremely vile and reprehensible, and I strongly condemn threats of or calls for violence. On an official level, I have the utmost confidence that Sheriff Spangler, along with District Attorney Allen, will handle this issue in a professional and appropriate manner.